What's up, you all? And as requested, Whitney Houston's Shady Moments. Now, it's been a few years since I've tried something like this, but I feel like doing something different. So let's get right on into it.
You tell us whatever it is you want us to know.
It's the suspense build up for me. Like,
Let's put it like this. We're here to talk about exhale. My life is none of your business.
with the eye contact.
The shade, the shade.
When you left, I lost the
Okay. Alright. It's the eye contact for me. When she looked at Oprah with them eyes, she wasn't playing. She wasn't playing. I mean,
Britney Spears is doing My Prerogative. She's right now. She's doing
I heard.
What are the chances that you and Bobby do Oops, I Did It Again? No chance.
I don't really see that as shady though. I mean, come on. Whitney used to sing it. Really? I think she was just very blunt in that instance. Cause come on, the interview was messy. He knew what he was doing.
Sometimes.
Always?
Not always. No. Sometimes. That means sometimes.
Cause she literally just said sometimes, and then the girl got the nerve to say always. I mean, maybe she just don't understand English that well, but really, when it was being nice, she could have roasted her right then. She clearly wasn't in the mood. She just didn't like press at all, and I totally get it. I understand.
Here in Korea, like here, your fabulous voice a little bit, Can you do a little of anything?
자, 제가 지금까지 인터뷰에서 감히 노래를 해달라는 요구를 받은 적이 없었을 텐데요.
She really like she want to say no.
그런 말에 좀 잠시 당황하는 모습도
Just
좀
flat out
있었어요.
no.
What would you like to hear? Anything in particular?
Anything you like to show to Korean fans?
Anything like to Korean fans? Hello.
Excuse me.
Did you really know? No,
Now that was funny.
Is the new video the new single?
Yes, it is.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched that interview. I'm pretty sure just like everybody else with the Diane Sawyer and
Oh, the man I need.
All the man that I need.
I know, who's that about?
So, did Bobby know you were doing that interview?
No.
Does he know now?
No.
No.
But I'm sure I'll be getting a call.
Yeah. Are you worried about that call?
See, Whitney was a type. She didn't care who you were. Like most people would not. What am I trying to say? I have to say it right. Most people would not be like that. Be so real and blunt and honest with Oprah Winfrey. Like celebrities, like she will look deep into her eyes too. She didn't look out in the audience and say these things or what she said at first when it was none of your business. She looked directly into Oprah Winfrey's eyes both times and let them know, sister to sister, what it was, what she really thought, and that's just, she don't seem like that. She seemed like she was real through and through. One of the main things I love about her.
Of my clothes, I don't have to, shake my booty. I can still sing. Praise God.
I see.
Yeah.
It's
Paula
true.
Abdul ain't shit now. One thing, Paula Abdul ain't shit. Mommy, that girl is singing off key on the record. You don't have to be one better.
I mean,
Cause she got an image that we all know ain't really true.
Whitney was my.
Now see, that's a little harsh. Let's be honest. Whitney, that was a little harsh. It's true, but it was harsh. It was harsh. I mean, yeah. I don't. But I mean that. I don't. I'm not gonna touch
Major vocal inspiration when I was young. I used to listen to her version of the Star Spangled Banner over and over again. she has an angel in her throat.
It's an extremely gifted and talented young women and young men out there
Interesting
who
way
don't
with
have
words.
to really put on Halloween costumes.
Were you buddies with Whitney?
Boy, you know what? A lot of people felt that way. A lot of people. I love Lady Gaga. I've become a fan lately. In the last few years, she sort of pulled back the costumes and things. She, don't get me wrong, she does have her times when she has, but for the most part, I feel like we've been seeing more of who she actually really is. And the talent, I feel like more has been on display, not just with the singing, which has been incredible, but the acting as well. Like, she is high key an amazing actor as well, and obviously singer, songwriter, performer. I think she's one of the best performers easily we have today. Her and Bruno Mars, more of a, yeah, that's what we have today, amongst others. But yeah, when she first came out, I mean, honestly, I was like, what is she, a meat dress? You wearing meat to an award show? Let's not lie. That's not normal. That's not normal. But seeing who she is now, just genuine talent and just raw, unadulterated talent, and just the versatility of her as an artist, again, actor, a writer, a composer, she's a genius. And geniuses often are quite strange. Let's just be honest.
I was.
You were? What's your favorite memory of her?
She was Gianni Versace's favorite artist, and he wanted her to sing at his memorial.
Whitney?
And as she sung a cappella, first of all, she got in the audio sex. I heard I was Johnny's favorite singer, but I'd never met him, and she winked at Madonna.
Well, Madonna said some shady things about her. Let's just be honest. Let's just say she said some pretty harsh, much harsher things about Whitney Houston that I've heard. But that was play. That was just playing. You know what I mean? That was fun. I mean, wasn't serious.
There will be no Milli Vanilli in here. Not in this building. There's a lot of Milli Vanillis out here.
Changed it for the air.
She did it for me and for other people.
Other people too.
Oh,
Other
that
people,
looked
yeah.
good. Kill.
Can I ask how much you weigh now?
Sure.
Yeah, that's a crazy
How much do
question.
you weigh now?
I ain't telling you.
I think I just got sucker punched.
Yeah, you kind of deserved it. You don't have some lady on national TV what she weighs, and that look was dangerous. I felt that in my soul. I felt threatened, actually. I really did. And then to have that smile, that beautiful bright smile at the end that is crazy. But even during the struggle, I still love her.
How difficult is it going through all that
That's
stuff
funny.
with the whole world watching on?
I don't include them.
Who?
They include themselves.
We had Mariah Carey here in the
Well-
studio.
You did. How is she doing?
Well, she was doing great.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yes.
It's great.
What I'm curious about, what do you think of her?
What do I think of her?
Yes.
I don't think of her. I
Mm.
don't think of her. Musically, what do I think of her? I think she's a good singer.
That's
Right.
the truth.
You know, that's like-
Here's the deal. Here's what I think about that. These interviewers ask these people the same questions about a particular other artist with full intent to create a fight. Basically, they want to create this tension between them. Media know darn well what they be doing. And I know it gets to a certain point where you end up like that. You just get sick and tired of having questioned about this other person who at the time was new and you done already made history. And they're sitting here trying to prop this other person up where you are. I feel like that we had that situation with, at the beginning, Ariana Grande and Mariah Carey. I mean, you've been made history a million times over, and you asking us about, at the time, this little girl who just started, like, really? I mean, I get it. I get the frustration. And I think if anyone else was put yourself in that position, it's like the disrespect. Like,
Saying, you know, ain't right.
wait a minute.
There are
I'm sorry. Let me go back.
I don't think of her.
This is a little bit too far back.
I don't think of her. Musically, what do I think of her? I think she's a good singer.
Right.
I think she just fed up.
You know, ain't right.
All right. It's true. Ain't nothing shady
There are
about that.
times when I get kind of tired of being in this position. I'd like to pass off to somebody else. I'd like to say, you know, I wish I had a double sometimes saying, you know, will you do this job for me? Will you go and to this meeting? Will you make this decision for me? You know.
She's tired right there.
You get this feeling. I mean, you talked about.
She want to say right now.
There is no specific time, honey. It just happens at certain times. I mean, I can't say on October the 29th I felt this way. It's just at certain times, you know. It varies.
I just like to ask her why she stays with him. Why doesn't she just leave him?
I like to ask her why she stays with her man. I like to know how her utopia is. Then we can talk.
I feel like she is more of a reader than a shady individual. She is very upfront. She is not scared. I don't find anything passive about her passive aggression. I just don't. I think she was just real upfront and blunt. I think Mariah Carey, a lot of people and her fans known her, they call her the queen of shade. I think that's more right. She is more passive aggressive. Whitney will straight up roast you. She'll do it with a smile on her face, but it ain't nothing so shady, ain't nothing so passive about it. I mean, there's no clouds. She would just strike you down with lightning. I mean, this is what it
Whitney
is.
Spears was passing through Australia recently, copped a lot of criticism for lip syncing. What do you reckon about all of that?
Now you know I don't lip sync.
That is the right answer, Whitney Houston.
I think that if you're coming to see somebody who does that and who entertains that way, then that's what you like. You know what I'm saying? If you're coming to see someone who sings and who sings live and who's like, you know, like the Barbra Streisands or the Whitney Houstons, then you come see me.
No, all right. And look, I've seen some performers. I can probably place them on my one hand that I've seen her lip sing, and most of them were when she was pregnant. I believe right around when The Bodyguard first came out, and I Will Always Love You was just launching. I don't even think it blew up at the time. She was lip singing those performances. I don't know why, but for some reason labels want artists when they first perform a song, they tend to prefer them to lip the song. I don't know why that is, but I've noticed that the first few performances of a lot of debut songs are usually recorded, like live recorded, so to speak. But I mean, obviously, looking at Whitney's final tour, her final run, that said everything you need to know about her. And she did not lip. Some people thought she should have lipped. Some people thought that would have been best for her, but she refused to lip at the 2010, 2011 performances. I think that says everything that needs to be said about that particular. The fact that somebody asked her that. It's crazy. During a tense interview, Whitney was asked about still being the princess of what?
the queen of
Je
R&B.
crois que je passe au-dessus, plus loin que ce statut de reine du R&B.
That's true. That's true. I Will Always Love You. Busted that up.
Vous savez, je suis passée par beaucoup de choses. C'est vrai que j'ai chanté dans des pubs, j'ai chanté dans des églises, j'ai chanté du gospel. Et c'est vrai que je suis une chanteuse de R&B. C'est vrai que j'ai dépassé ce stade, j'ai été beaucoup plus loin, j'ai dépassé les frontières. Et ça va bien au-dessus de R&B, bien plus loin.
That's true. You can't argue with that. I mean,
I want to say that and some other things.
Duh.
I don't really know what it's about, but I think that I've got a lot of flack, you know, about I sing too white or I sing white or something like that, you know. So I think that maybe that's where it comes from. I don't know, you know. I haven't had the time to ask why I get booed at the Soul Train Awards, but I grew up on Soul Train just like every other black kid.
I'm not exactly sure what singing white is, but I don't think there is more soul to be offered than what you did.
He really loved me.
Yeah.
I've watched that before.
I don't either, but I do sing the way God intended for me to sing, and I'm using what He gave me, and I'm using it to the best of my ability.
Now that's true. That's true. That is true. That is true. I had never once heard Whitney, even when I was younger, when I didn't really know much about her, just a few, the hits. I've never thought, wow, she sounds white. Never, never. And it's sad because people have not changed. People will still be quick to say, well, you do your hair like this. The lighting in these pictures were so you're bleaching your skin. People have not changed. They still that pettiness. They'll look back and shame those people for saying she claimed, but they'll be the same exact folks that will be quick to say somebody's betraying their people here and that. There ain't nothing changed in that regard. But with that being said, as far as her crossing R&B, being wait, duh. I mean, dance with somebody. How will I know? Toe up the charts and broke records. When Bodyguard came, as far as I'm aware, nothing on that track from her was R&B. I could be wrong. There was like a rockish song. I don't recall any R&B being on that, and that just took over the entire globe for like years. For a decade, that I Will Always Love You, that song and that soundtrack for decades. So, I mean, to say it's R&B is crazy, but I'm not surprised. You know, it's the world we got to deal with sometimes. But yeah. Aside from that, a lot of these, I sympathize with her because a lot of times they ask these people to interviews purposefully hit women against each other in the industry. We know that. Duh. So I could see getting to the point where you just like don't go there. You know, like just I don't want to talk about her. Just I'm not sitting here thinking about this person. I'm not sitting here stressing, worrying about this person. Like I'm on a world tour. I can't get no sleep. You know, people criticizing everything, every single thing I do, what I look like, what I wear, what I say it, how I sing. This song sounds slightly different than the record. You know, you got so much. When you somebody like that, you're everywhere in the world. 1 month you going to 10 different places. You really think I'm sitting here thinking about this one person on the radio? Really? I mean, stressing about everything, and that would drive me crazy. I mean, just put yourself in their shoes. It's like really, but yeah. With that being said, like I said, I think she is more of what they call a reader, as opposed to a shady person. She's very blunt, even when she is throwing shade. It's a lightning bolt. It's not cloud. It's just not shade. It's just a lightning bolt. It's thunder, like her voice, like her powerful voice. Her personality. I feel matched, and I find that about a lot of singers. Their personality matches the way they sing. There are some rare instances where that's totally not true, but I mean, I feel like they're both like Patti LaBelle. Her personality is way out there. She is very, just out there and just very outgoing and just from what I could tell from her interviews and her interaction with other people, just very out there. And her voice is just like that. Celine Dion, I mean. She's very out there, very animated, especially in her youth, and her voice could not be more like that. Mariah Carey, like her runs can be quite elusive. She's very passive and aggressive, and very very playful. But yeah, just very playful and sort of elusive. You know what I mean? But yeah, Aretha Franklin too, just like her voice. She's a shy one, but when she's around people, I notice when she's around people like family or people she considers to be let's just say more of a mother figure too. She opens up and she's very let's start the party type of party, and she lets her go. But yeah, did anybody else notice that? Like, is it just me? But anyway, let me know what you all thought. Thank you all for liking and subscribing. Please continue for more of your favorite speech.